Nothing will destroy an American family as fast as a game of Monopoly. Just rent it asunder. There will be a fight when you play Monopoly, but the fight in our family didn't happen during the game. We didn't make it that far. The fight happened as soon as the lid came off the box and the kids were scrambling to see who was going to get to be the dog, you know. Hey, you let me be the dog this time. You be the car or something like that, or maybe the iron or the wheelbarrow. I don't think so, little lady. I'm big enough to take the dog away from you, so that's what I get to be. Well, I think that stinks. Why don't you be the iron maybe or something like that? Because you can't storm Wall Street as an iron. You got to be a dog. I said, I think that stinks. I'm like, no, Mom. Mommy took the dog for himself again. Well, fine, you big baby. You don't have to cry about it. You can be the dog. I'll be the car. And then Mom will come in to make peace. Hey, I'll tell you what, I'll just be the wrench. Mom, that's Clue. You guys remember Saturday afternoon? Getting all the guys together from the neighborhood, choosing up sides for a rousing game of Army? Remember the little kid on the other side that would never die no matter what you did? Always claimed he couldn't hear you, so you'd be standing behind the garage. Hey, I got you! Oh, sorry, I couldn't hear you. So you have to keep upgrading your weaponry all afternoon to allow for his deafness. You missed! So I'm not a tremendous gifted athlete. I don't do a lot of outdoor activities. I don't like to participate in a lot of sports. I don't like to camp. No, I don't want to say that. I hate to camp. Okay, we got a couple of camping people. It's harder on me to camp because my brother loves to camp. He's like a cross between Daniel Boone and Davy Crockett. And he is constantly rubbing it in my face that I'm no good at camping and don't like to camp. Last Christmas at Mom's house, he throws me a pack of matches and he says, "Hey, John, why don't you see if you can get a fire going in Mom's fireplace?" So I took the matches and I went over to the fireplace and I'm lighting matches and flicking them into the fireplace and lighting and flicking. And I got little matches burning everywhere and I'm fanning and flicking, lighting, flicking, fanning, flicking. He lets me struggle for 30 minutes. He comes over and says two things. Number one, John, it's a gas fireplace. Number two, when you start a fire, you need a smaller, more easily combustible piece called kindling, and you use that to get the larger logs going. So I filed that away for next time we went camping, which was last summer. And Dave and I are unloading the sleeping bags and stuff, and he says, "Hey, I'm going to go down to the well and get some water. Why don't you see if you can get the fire going in a fire pit?" So he comes back with the well water and the jugs, and by the time he gets there, I have got a huge fire going in the fire pit, flames shooting up into space. He says, "Hey, how did you do that?" I said, "I just remember what you told me about kindling." He said, "Well, good for you. I'm going to go get my sleeping bag." I said, "No need to." We used to have a fight, Dave and I, or a competition, a fight, to see which one of us could get our tent up the fastest. This was a competition that I would always lose until this year. This year, my wife and I are going to the sporting goods department at Sears, and they have at Sears a little two-man tent that folds up into like a Frisbee-looking thing. I don't know if you've ever seen it, like a little Frisbee, and it has a clasp to hold it shut, and to pitch the tent, you just unclasp it and throw it, and it goes, "Boo!" And I said to my wife, "We have to get this." And so we took the tent and we're camping. And we're unloading the vans and stuff. And Dave says, "Hey, you want to see which one of us could pitch our tent the fastest this year?" And I said, "Well, I'll give it a shot." So he pulls his tent out of the back of the van. And he's wrestling with the canvas and driving in stakes and putting stuff together. And I take my little tent and unclasp it and pitch it. And I'm standing there looking real proud as it floats downstream. And